so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program abroad. So
even if you're a diplomat, you are being seen as a criminal, all thanks to the system you are running. It doesn't matter who you are. I said, including your diplomat, anybody that is holding Nigerian passport abroad, wherever you appear, you are first of all being seen as a criminal. Every one of us was here when we saw a video of their diplomat in what do they call it? In which country? Which one of the Asia country? Indonesia. Nigerian diplomat in Indonesia was handled by police. They blew his teeth. They beat him mercilessly. A diplomat. Before they now realized that he was a diplomat. It is because of your system. That cannot happen to a South African diplomat. It will not happen to a Ghana diplomat. As soon as their citizens, once they see that passport, they will not, even if they wanted to beat you, they won't beat you again. Maybe they wanted to attack you as a black man, and they now find your passport, South Africa or Ghana, they will not touch you. But as soon as they touch your passport and they see Nigeria, you are gone. You are a criminal. And now you turn around, you are blaming the people as a problem. You are blaming them. When you have impoverished them and made them understand that the only way out to survive is humanity. You have shown them this through your election. You have shown them through your election that the only way to make a headway is to rig election. And that is what we call democratic system. Today, the people in the Zoological Republic now believe that a democratic process is rigging of election. They believe that rigging of election is part of democratic process. In the language of the Nigerian system, it is part of the democratic process. And some of you will say, at the West, why are the West silent? Why wouldn't they be silent? Why wouldn't the West be silent? I have told you that the world operates in interest. It's about interest. This world you see, everything in this world is operating according to interest. It doesn't matter what you think. Your emotional blackmail, you go to hell. Nobody cares about you. It's about interest. And you don't blame anybody for pursuing his or her own interest. The only thing you have to do is to pursue your own interests and the interests of your own people. That is why Donald Trump, when he was speaking in the United Nations, he said, I am here to pursue the interests of America. America first. I put America first. You put your own country first. Now you see why we are hardcore Biafrans. Now you see why we pursue Biafra with the last drop of our blood. Now you see why we are ready to die for Biafra. Now you see why we say Biafra is our religion. Because it is our interest. We are first Biafran before anything. And we will do everything on the planet Earth to restore that nation that has existed. We will do everything possible on the planet Earth. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter whether you support or you don't support it. That is your choice. We must cut off the head. We must cut off the head so that every indigenous tribe in that contraption will be saved. This system is evil. If somebody like Obasanjo, who is one of the evil men, one of the criminals, can begin to point hand at the evil and begin to reveal the secret, that it is only through a protest that you can be able to change it. Obasanjo is one of the insiders, one of the people who destroyed the Biafran lives, one of the person who who participated in the genocide and handed Biafra over to the Zoological Republic. Today, he is confessing and telling you that the only way to break down the status quo is to return back to the power of the masses. Go back to the masses. If there is something you will take away from Obasanjo, you cannot take away from him that he knows the foundation of the Zoological Republic as a military man. That is one thing you cannot take away from him. If there is nothing you will listen to him when he tells you this is how to break the Zoological Republic. Listen to him. He said it, that the youth should go to the street. And he knows that they are going to kill the youth. He knows very well. Go and look at that audio. Go and play that audio. Maybe later I will share the audio here, where he was discussing with the people that called him when the election was rigged. He gave an express order what to do. That he has tried everything possible to make sure that the election is not rigged, but they are bent on rigging the election. And he said, my hands are tied. There is nothing anyone can do. That now the only option is to return to the masses. That the masses, the youths, can take their mandates by going to the street. Are they going to kill? Of course they will. But once they do it, that is the end of it. Now you see the strategy of the Biafrans, the autopiloted IPOB. You see our strategy. You see what Mazen you see what why Mazen Nandekano is persistent and consistent with all the dehumanization and calling of names. Mazen Nandekano continue to pursue that which is right. For more than a decade, Biafrans have been shot at, killed at different points in time. We complained and we cried, we shouted, we protested, and they shoot at us. And today, Master Simon Ekpa come on board. In the new era, in the new dimension, and in this new dimension, it is not the time to cry. It is not the time to beg. It is not the time to kneel and apologize. It is a time for us to take our freedom in our hand. It is a time for us to fight and defend ourselves by all means possible. Self-defense is the right of every human being. For a very long time, we have ignored that right. For a very long time, we kept that right aside, thinking that somehow, that things are going to be okay. But I tell you, just as I said, emotional blackmail couldn't get Biafrans anywhere. This very crocodile tear you see your London boy sharing, he couldn't get Biafrans everywhere anyway. Complaints, court cases upon court cases, couldn't get Biafra anywhere. Negotiation upon negotiation, couldn't get Biafra anywhere. The only solution remains a massive revolution. And that is the phase we are about to enter. Self-defense, fully activated self-defense to protect our land and defend it. There's no two ways about it. Just as Mazen Nandekano said, cut off the head and the body will become useless. That is what we are about to do. 8 p.m. Biafran time. Join Enter Biafra to listen to Master Simon Ekpa. Join all the autopilot platform to hear the voice of Master Simon Ekpa. It cannot be business as usual. If you think it will be, it cannot and will never be business as usual. Today is the last day. You might not be hearing this kind of message again. This might be the last time you're going to hear this kind of message. That is why I say each time you come to a broadcast, don't be stingy with it. Share it so that we can get to everybody. We have to carry everybody along so that you wouldn't say you are not told. You wouldn't say you are not consulted. You wouldn't say you are taken unaware. They can say it directly to us, and he said that everybody must be carried along. Mazen Nandekano, in his own word, everybody must be carried along. And Mazen Nandekano said, we are going to drag you into Biafra, whether you like it or not. Mazen Nandekano said, we will abakaleke you into Biafra. In case for those of them who don't understand, Mazen Nandekano said it in a soft tone. Maybe you don't understand it. And Mazen Simon repeated the same word. That is why I tell you, When I come here, I tell you that Martin Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation of Martin Nanikano. There is nothing new that he's doing. If you think he's doing something new, he's not doing anything. He's building. He's building on top of that foundation laid by Martin Nanikano. That is exactly what he's doing. That is why when I see people who are calling his arrest and they are calling for the release of Martin Nanikano, I'll be wondering what kind of a brain you are calling for the arrest of Martin Nanikano at the same time calling for his release. And you say you don't.
You see, hello, my brother, let me call in small.
Go on.
You see, this thing you are saying now, it makes me laugh. It's just like somebody who drink native medicine and still went ahead and go and drink English medicine, thinking that with two of them now, the whole problem will go down. So, you see, for those that are calling for the arrest of our spokesperson, it's unfortunate to them. They do not understand the era we are now. Because they thought that it was that time of our leader that they can plan evil and they work for them successful. So not knowing that it could be engineering and making everything movable to move forward. So that in appropriate time, the real thing, the genuine ones will appear, which is happening today. So now, if they like, let them call for Simon head and anything and all that. Anybody that seeks someone's head, we should go in for it. I watched one of our brother that shared that first video. I saw it. I believe Mama, that young man get luck. If say I am the one that I'm with him over there, I'll go and dig out your 5 case. Because it was later that I will know that the young man is collecting Osusu, all this Akawo money, and they ran away all the way from Nigeria to Finland. That kind of case, my brother, I will make sure say they deport you. You come back to Nigeria and face what you are fighting for. Since you love Nigeria very well, they will deport you. You come back to Nigeria, and the people that you collected this money will not catch him, so that you will feel the sweetness of Nigeria, the oneness of Nigeria. You mentioned something about digging of election. That flashed back my mind in 1950 something, the first election that they did in Nigeria, that was supervised by British. How they managed it, they now give us this figure that not are much more in number than we that are 11 followers. And I asked a question: does any living thing survive in desert? How can people that are in the desert be much more in number than people that are in 11 followers?
I don't know.
And our people buy that idea, and our people love that idea every time. Not and much more in number, this and that, blah 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 blah. They downgrade themselves. Make themselves lower than to the enemy. Make themselves to the lower than people that they are much more better than. That's why you see them today, they are suffering. That's why you see them today. They prefer eating that crumble that's falling from table instead of them to look for that main table to set up the table by themselves so that another person will not come and eat the crumble that falls from their table. They prefer dying for one Nigeria. Election has come and gone. Presidential has come and gone. Will be that on the video now. Where is he? The people that are abandoned the written and follow him and shout up and down. Where are they today? Shameless, evil. All the whole evil they thought against us now will be falling them one after the other.
You see?
Because when you wish your fellow human being evil without any cause, without any genuine cause, my brother, that person is doing himself. They will suffer it. Even though they may follow us. Because why I put me, whenever I read my Bible, I check account of Israel, how they managed from Egypt, their journey. I see that it was only Joshua and Caleb that made it. And their children that are not yet know anything saying. The less perish in wilderness. So it makes me to understand that even though they are not yet dead over, but something must be for them, because it can't fight against truth and follow evil. After the evil have failed you, disappoint you, and now come back for something that you rejected. I thought it's impossible. It's impossible. I wonder how that kind of person will stand and join the people that are still on the race to say what? Do you know what the damages they cause? People die for this, their ignorance and their bad behaviors. People perish. Some are in the hospital. Some who don't even know where they are today. They kidnap some people. because you were part of them. All of a sudden, you turn against them and start showing, and I believe because they will start doing informants to our enemies to go after those genuine ones that don't want to compromise. Then after Satan done, the whole thing that you are fighting fed you, and now come back to join the same people again. Check out now. It's so bad. It's too bad. How unimaginable bad. Honestly, it's unbelievable. That is you can to accept it is just like someone that swallows a stone without water. It will tear your throat, everything, damage the system, finish, and the person will not feel comfortable because everything will be bad. That is what they have caused to themselves. And I thank Chukwuka Abiyama, who always made things in time, even though they might not be seen at that moment, but there are things that he's doing secretly until when the foolish ones is over, he will now surface. That thing that is planning will now surface. They didn't believe it because after some time, I see somebody posted something on my wall. People are counting 140 days ago, this and that. They don't finish you foolish people, this and that. I keep quiet. I don't talk to them because I know that idiot will die. What I know, he don't know it. What I believe, he don't believe it. He just believe in manual things. Me, I believe in spiritual things that will appear physical, that has no unending enjoyment.
Yeah.
They then just believe in something that you enjoy for that moment. Then somebody will come and take it over. Today, everybody is suffering. No money. You work, they paid you transfer. Transfer the money is impossible. You go to a bank don't have money. People are protesting, burning banks, and the government is not saying anything. They are not doing anything. All of a sudden, they say election, get your PVC, that this government is bad, we'll change it. Now, after they have done the election finish, has anything changed? The answer is no. The answer is no. Everything has not changed. But today, you see that there are those that are willing to suffer more. Upon all this preaching that we are preaching today, there are those that are willing to die for Nigeria. And there's nothing we can do to safeguard those people from not perishing with Nigeria. Remember, not all of them that left Egypt, some stay, because most of them enjoy Egyptian pressure. Most of them enjoy, but not all of them make it. So, but I thank Chukwuka Abiyama, who made it possible today that we have able men, that if they tell British and the Nigerian government that there are some Igbo or Biafran people that cannot take bribe, or just like Mazen Nane, they won't believe it. They thought that everybody is the same. Once he bring little money, he give the person, everything is over. You don't buy him. They forget that there are people that are unbuyable on this earth. And I'm happy to be part of it. That's why whenever I discharge my bullet finish, I go back to hustle to come back because I don't want to rely upon anybody. I don't want anybody to control my emotional or my belief or anything about me concerning what I know. I don't want anybody to involve, be you mother or father, anything, because I know what I believe and I know that it definitely is going to work. So that's why I do my things according to my own ability. Don't look at anybody first. So whenever I see you and Simon Ekpa and Pastor Van and Dr. Land and the rest of us, I'm always happy. I remember what happened some time ago. Just sorry to call you back, but I just to put more light there. After that day they said they arrested our spokesperson. You know, after your program, because I was with you on program. After the program, and I go to Facebook to check some of my friends what they comment. And I see that. One man said, "Look, I tune AIT. I saw the news as their headline. I was not comfortable. I said, no, what is going on? All of a sudden, and I come on back on social media, and I see people and all the whole IPOB autopilot. You people will come up on social media. It seems like they blow away. So all of them I just come for program. I was with you people there too. That is where I get more relief. On the process, our spokesperson now tweeted. You see. I go back to Twitter to check that. I go back to AIT to check that their news. I don't see the news again. If you want that comment, because I follow Dotland side, I follow him enter. So if you want that, if you want the comment of Dotland, you will see where I was writing. AIT have just deleted that their fake news, and the one that doing it, I was busy writing that so that the whole world will see it. You know that how evil, wicked Nigerian media is. That is, Nigeria is just a big tree that are planted in a big forest, evil tree. that bear a lot of fruit. That fruit that is bear is evil fruit. Police is evil. Soldier is evil. Judiciary is evil. Journalist is evil. Even the pastors and bishops among us are evil. Because if they are not evil, how can they tell me that they are Christian, a mix of between Muslim and Christian, a Muslim man who be Christian? Does it mean say their God does not answer prayer? This thing is just to mock them. If the Christianity people will understand the game that these people have played to them, they should understand that this thing now shows that they are not real, because they compromise with the government. They eat with the government, die with the government. They will kill a Christian person here. Nobody will call for sudden assembly or even protest or anything. Everybody will move it. Nothing is happening. It is only IPOB that will do that thing, and they will call them all sort of names. Today now they have seen it. Someone that remained 0 bad to go is becoming their president, a grandpa, a grandfather. Now I now ask question: where are the youths? Where are the youths? They are not nowhere to find. Now protest now. They cannot protest. They cannot protest again because they talk against the people that are doing genuine things. So how can you protest again now? Because anybody that come out now will collect it from their paymaster, and I will not cry for them because they were part of us. All of a sudden they deviate. So I thank you, who made it possible for you people to be around. Honestly, believe me. Believe if you say POB autopilot, I don't know by now. Our leader could have been forgotten, and the whole matter about him for just ending that DSS prison there. But Chukwuka must say no. He is the one that sent him, and assured him that what I send you must surely come to pass. We will see it, and he make a new way for him. And our leader, knowing fully well that a new way must come, he said it, a new dimension. That this young man is bringing a new dimension. For that new dimension to come, he have to stay aside for a while, so that new dimension will now appear to chase away the fake. And you people have done it through Chukwuka Abiyama, who give you grace. So keep it on, my brother. Continue with you.
Thank you so much, my brother. You have spoken very well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching on the background, every one of us must be at alert. It is not yet over until it is over. And I tell you that victory is sure. Don't allow anybody to distract you. You are on the right path. If you are autopiloted today, I can bet you are on the right path. There's no need to be afraid. Are they going to blackmail you? Yes, they will blackmail you. Are they going to send their propaganda? Yes, they will. Are they going to fight you? Yes, they will. But the major question is, are they going to succeed? They will never, ever succeed, because you are fighting a just cause. You are fighting a just cause. It is not a crime for somebody to demand for self-determination. International law supports self-determination. African Chartered law supports self-determination. Even the law of that zoological republic, the contraption called Nigeria, their law supports self-determination.